talk to any Fairmonter who was around in the 1940s, 50s, or 60s and ask them about Fairmont back then. Anybody who was somebody or wanted to be somebody hung out at the Palace restaurant. So what was it about this restaurant that everybody remembers? Come with us as we go downtown and talk to the people who made the legend.
The Palace restaurant, that's where you met everybody.
That was a place to go. That was a place to go.
Oh, the Palace was a favorite place. And it was a good meeting place. You went in there, you see your friends and neighbors.
But the Palace restaurant was a very famous restaurant, very famous. Not just in the Fairmont area, but throughout the state of West Virginia.
It was beautiful. Everyone was downtown, and everyone would go to the Palace to eat dinner.
We always went there. That was a place that, because they stayed open, I think, all night.
Well, they stayed open late. They stayed open until early in the morning.
Because we were open all night long, after all the bars were closed.
You could go in there. That's what you did if you went to a dance. Let's say that you went to a fraternity dance or something at the hotel. Why, then it was over pretty late.
They'd come in late. They'd gamble wherever. Then they'd come to the Palace restaurant. And, you know, they weren't in a hurry. The more they ate, the more coffee they drank. They tried to get sobered up before they went home. Because old black coffee sobered them up.
All the people from the dance. And so it was kind of noisy. And you could go in and what you got, you know, at that time in the morning, for the most part, you got a fruit bowl and a pecan roll, you know.
But I do remember that not a field donut, cream puff or some kind of a roll.
Pecan rolls.
Pecan roll.
Pecan rolls.
Pecan rolls and coffee.
They had special dishes. One most in particular, they had what they call a fresh fruit bowl with a toasted pecan roll. Pecan rolls were homemade upstairs in the bake shop. They were delicious. People would come from miles and miles away to eat at the Palace restaurant. And we never ran out of fruit or whipped cream or ice cream or pecan rolls because we knew those people came especially for a fresh fruit bowl with a fresh toasted pecan roll.
And Gotze was the older fellow that owned it.
Mr. Gotze, Spyro Gotze, G-O-T-S-E-S, was a very prominent Greek man. And he took me by, just grabbed me and he said, I'm going to make something out of you, and he did. Well, when I went to work downtown Fairmont, I was 15 years old. And Mother was working at the Palace restaurant. Of course, then I went to work at the Palace restaurant. I was too young to get a Social Security card, so I had to put whatever my payroll total hours, put it on my mom's. So she took all the money home that I made, you know. The tips that I would make, an average day was around $2, and that was big tips. That's when I bought my first and second necktie.
Oh, sure, I know Frank. Now, he's one of the fellows that is so helpful and considerate of other people. And I know a couple other people that needed help, and he would carry groceries into them and do things like that.
People were always so kind. Palace restaurant had a lot of elderly ladies come in there, and they were the best people that for me as being a male, because there wasn't a lot of male waiters. I always got the big tips from the ladies. But working at the Palace was great. I learned an awful lot there. I began to meet people, professional people. I was going to school, going to college, trying to make a living, and I learned how to respect people in a different way. That's one of the great things about the community in general. This is a community. There's a lot of nice people here. A lot of these names I've mentioned to you turn out to be friends.